Any zone in South can produce presidency. They are still welcome to the edition this morning. Bystanders at the newsstands. They are welcome to this wonderful edition of the program. Bystanders at the newsstands. Okay, we're on the streets of Lagos this morning to get the views of the ordinary Nigerian in the country. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the program. Okay, we are in Lagos, we are in Nigeria, we are in Ogba, and you can see people are moving about their businesses, going to work and going to their place of assignment. We are here to get the views of the ordinary Nigerian. We are in this beat to get the people talking, people on the streets, the voice of the voiceless, according to Mr. Sunday. I have my wonderful reviewers here with me this morning. Mr. Matthew is here, and also Mr. Pastor Ubong is here this morning to do justice to the newspaper headlines. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the show. Don't forget, we have a GoFundMe account that you can support our analysts and also our independent journalism here in Flip TV. Let's move over to the newspaper headlines this morning. I have with me the New Telegraph, and I also do have the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Okay. Above the masthead of the Vanguard newspaper this morning, civil war fiercest in Enugu before we captured it. That is from IBB. Civil war fiercest in Enugu before we captured it, from IBB. Apapa traffic truck owners protest extortion by police. Last month, Apapa traffic truck owners protest extortion by police, and last month strike. Court adjourns suit against resident doctor to September 15th. Court adjourns suit to resident doctors to September 15th. I'm not interested in 2023 presidency. That is from Sanusi. I'm not interested in 2023 presidency from Sanusi. FG reviews merger law, reduces application fees for businesses. FG reviews merger law, reduces application fees for businesses. Main headline on the Vanguard this morning: Niger Delta stakeholders furious as Buhari signs PIB into law. Niger Delta stakeholders furious as Buhari signs PIB into law. We'll speak after consultation. That's from Pandef. We'll speak after consultation. It's unacceptable. Owie Igbodo, Mulade, Gbemere, Mumakai, Ikwere Group are saying it is unacceptable. You hear from Niger Delta. That's from INC. You hear from Niger Delta. We can push for amendment later. Bishop Isong is saying we can push for amendment later. Bishop Isong is saying Wills Abake Deremo also is saying that we can push for amendment later. It will bail Nigeria out of economic predicament. Senate is responding to the signage of that bill. It will bail Nigeria out of economic predicament. Investments, transparency coming to oil, gas industry. That is from Gbajabiamila. Investments, transparency coming to oil and gas industry. It will create stability in oil industry. That is from Pengasan. The government officials are saying a different thing, while the civil society groups are saying other things. Okay, 2022 budget. Federal government crashes capital expenditures despite higher earnings. Federal government crashes capital expenditure despite higher earnings. Why we are spending less? Finance minister is saying why we are spending less. As customs wants Nigeria's fuel stations in neighboring countries. As customs wants Nigeria's fuel stations in neighboring countries. Without Buhari on ballot, we may not get all votes. That's from Osibajo. 2023. Without Buhari on ballot, we may not get all votes. That is from Osibajo. Gunmen on rampage in Zamfara. Kill cop, 2 civilians, abduct 15 students and others. Gunmen on rampage in Zamfara State. Kill cop, 2 civilians, abduct 15 students, others in Zamfara State. Sit at home, commercial activities grounded in Southeast despite cancellation. Sit at home, commercial activities grounded in Southeast despite cancellation. Let's move to the New Telegraph this morning. Bank orders pay 165.66 billion naira taxes in 18 months. Okay, I'm not interested in being president. Kano Emir Sanusi Lamide is saying PDP convention, I have no chairmanship ambition. That is from Dokpesi. PDP convention, I have no chairmanship ambition. Buhari Abubakar Kalu orders salute IBB at 80. Buhari Abubakar. Kalu others salute IBB at 80. Adefuye, any zone in the south can produce president in 2023. Now the main headline we were seeing this morning on our platform this morning: Petrol to hit 300 naira per litre as Buhari signs PIB. Our reviewers, I want you to respond to this Petrol to hit 300 naira per litre as Buhari signs PIB. Outlaws 165 naira regulated price. Wow. Outlaws 165 naira regulated price. Senate comments president. Clock ticks for NNPC, PPRA, DPR as PIB reform scrap agencies. Clock ticks for NNPC, PPRA, DPR as PIB reforms scrap agencies. Wider opportunities for oil gas industry. Naiti is saying wider opportunities for oil and gas industries. Ascent shows Buhari's disdain for Niger Delta. PDP, Pandev is saying that one. Ascent shows Buhari's disdain for Niger Delta. Federal government to borrow 5.62 trillion naira to finance 2022 budget deficit. Federal government to borrow 5.62 trillion naira to finance 2022 budget deficit. That is from MTF. Reduces capital expenditure by 259.315 billion naira. Reduces capital expenditure by 259.315 billion naira. Pegs exchange rate at 410 naira per dollar. Releases 1.3 trillion for 2021 capital projects. FG loses bid to stop doctor strike. Court adjourns hearing till September 15. Medical consultant extends strike ultimatum by 4 weeks. What you're going to hear is the voice from the people. I have Mr. Matt. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
It's so sad. Let's look at Afghanistan. The issue at the airport. People were just trying to leave the country because of the takeover.
Thank you very much. Matthew is the name. I think there is serious apprehension in Afghanistan currently because there is concern about how the Taliban will handle.
You can see the picture of people trying to.
Of course. There's apprehension as to how the Taliban will handle human rights. And I don't know, I think the word, like the Prime Minister of Britain have said, that there is need to summon G7 world leaders to deliberate on the way forward. And again, I think the American government is talking about that the way the Taliban pilot the affairs of Afghanistan will determine whether they will recognize them as a legitimate government or not. But again, I think what I can understand is, I think there is every need for the world leaders to come together to address that issue in Afghanistan, because however I look at it, we are already having humanitarian crisis because of that apprehension, because of the antecedent of that Taliban in areas where they had sway before now in that Afghanistan. They are proving that they do not have respect for human they do not have respect for human rights. So to that extent, that is why you see the mass exodus of people trying to get out of that country, because nobody wants to be caught in the crisis. But again, I think what is important is that if the world have seen Taliban as an extremist group and they are now forming a government, I think there is every need for the world to come together and address it as quickly as possible, so that the trend do not spiral into other countries. Because if you start recognizing them as a legitimate government, you are encouraging other extremists from doing similar things. That's why I see it.
Is there any lesson Nigeria needs to learn from what is happening in Afghanistan?
There's a big lesson they need to learn. Because if the world is already thinking of recognizing them, it means tomorrow, if you have ISWAP, God forbid, take over Nigerian states, it means the world will be thinking of whether to recognize them or not. It means if tomorrow, if you have Boko Haram sack Asu Rock, overrun Asu Rock, take over the reign of power in Abuja, it means the government or the world leaders will be thinking of whether to recognize them as a legitimate government or not. So there is a whole lot of lessons to learn, that the government need to end this insurgency as quickly as possible with all the resources at its disposal.
Okay, let's look at fuel to be pegged at 300 naira per litre as Buhari signs petroleum industrial bill. Let's look at the signage of that petroleum industrial bill. Is it going to favour the host communities?
Okay, for the purpose of this discussion, do you want me to center it on
First,
or
On
holistically?
no, just center it on the host communities. What does it say of the host communities, that bill?
Okay, if you look at that bill and look at the host community, their interests, I think the federal government, the National Assembly is unfair to the host communities. Because as at the time you proposed, because it's already a law now, you proposed 3% for host communities. You are proposing 30% of profit that were accrued to NNPC to oil prospecting in the frontier basins. And if you look at the frontier basins like Gongola Basin, Chad Basin, Benue True Basin, Bida Basin, they are majorly in the north. So you see that 3% is not fair by any standard, because that best explain the reason each time problems of restructuring, problems of self-determination, each time they speak up, Mr. President is always quick to remind them to go to National Assembly, because this is what you get when you go to National Assembly. Don't forget that at a point they were talking about 3% and 5%. Rep came up with 5%. Senate came up with 3%. As at that point, they needed conference committee from the both chamber. The conference committee met and they decided to go for 3%. So that does explain the reason Mr. President will always tell you, go to National Assembly. Because he knows that National Assembly is dominated by the Northerners. And we have a situation where the current status quo was forced on Nigerians by the military. And each time you talk about self-determination, they want to compare you to drop the idea. So that is why you see that this current 40 foundation cannot stand, because it gives undue advantage to the northern part of the country.
Undue advantage? Yes.
Because if you are talking about constitution, the grand norm that guides everybody, there should be a constitutional conference. There should be a platform where that agreement is reached, so that interest of everybody will be captured. Because the way it stands, there is never a time in the history of Nigeria where you summon a sovereign national conference, whatever conference for that matter, for the purpose of discussing Nigerian constitution. Only for the military to decide how they want the country to be run, came up with a constitution and now forces on Nigerians, and that constitution has given an undue advantage to some section of the country. So that is why there's every need for people's-oriented constitution. Because if the North, no matter how genuine, no matter how patriotic an idea is, if the North is not interested in it, the North will go to National Assembly and keep the idea, like what they have just said. Because if you even look at it,
is it not with the help of Southerners?
It is not with the help of Southerners. Look at the voting pattern in the Senate.
Voting strength.
Even PDP walk out of the Halo chamber during the voting. And look at composition of PDP members that are majorly from the south, south, and southeast. So it tells you that they were not in support of it. And the voting went ahead in their absence. And the Northerners achieved what they wanted to achieve. Look at the speed of light with which Mr. President is assenting to that bill. And here we have about 200 bills waiting for presidential assent. He has refused assent to it. And Mr. President has made us understand that he is even in isolation currently. Even while in isolation, he is assenting to that bill, to tell you that they have hidden agenda. That 30% revenue that are proposed to use for oil prospecting in the frontier basin is their interest. And if that bill is, if they are patriotic, we have a situation where people are talking about shift from fossil fuel to renewable energy because of global warming. If they were patriotic in their reasoning. If they were reasoning like in what is happening in this century, they should have been thinking of even that 30%, you channeling it to diversifying the economy. Other source of energy, renewable energy. Because the world is talking about depletion of ozone layer. The world is talking about global warming. To the point that if you continue burning carbon monoxide, if you continue burning fossil fuel, you are depleting ozone layer, and the effect of sun is becoming hard on Earth, and the North Pole is melting. To the point that at a place like VI, like all those places that are low, would have been submerged by water. And the same is applicable to every other part of the world. So if the world is talking about global warming, talking about how to mitigate effects of global warming, how to stop depletion of ozone layer, you are now proposing 30% of revenue that will accrue to NNPC for oil prospecting in the frontier basins to explore more fossil fuel. So does it make any sense? They should be, if they had used that money, if they had proposed to use that money to diversify the economy towards technology, towards other source of energy, it would be reasonable. Look at, for instance, there's nuclear energy. You can use uranium to generate electricity. That is nuclear energy. And good enough, we have deposits of uranium here in Nigeria. I'm not saying we should use it for atomic bomb, because that's what you use enrich to develop atomic bomb. In Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Taraba, Adamawa, Kano, and one other state, you have deposits of uranium in Nigeria here. So what stopped Nigerian government from inviting UN to monitor it, and they use it for commercial purpose to generate electricity? And we had a fund. You are thinking of oil prospecting. They are not reasoning, they are not thinking. But beyond all this, there are some good aspects of that bill. The good aspect is that whether we like it or not, we cannot continue this trajectory of fuel subsidies. A time will come where it has to go. Because naturally, demand and supply fixes price. So you should allow the price to float so that demand and supply will determine it. But the challenge we have in Nigeria is the money you intend to free as a result of removing subsidy. How judiciously can it be put to use? A situation where we have in Nigeria, a case in hand is the Halliburton scandal. That even the Obasanjo government, Yar'Adua government, Jonathan government, and even this government have refused to investigate and prosecute Nigerians who were involved in that Halliburton scandal. Even as our foreign partners are prosecuted and even sentenced their personalities who collaborated with Nigerian personalities in that scandal. Nigerian government, successive governments have refused to visit it, investigate and prosecute Nigerians who are culpable in that scandal. So looking at that, what is the guarantee that the money you want to free as a result of removing the subsidy, what's the guarantee that it will be judiciously used? We have even said severally on this platform that an American lobbying firm wrote to Nigeria under this government that they have identified billions of naira stashed away in American banks by Nigerian government officials. A particular one is they mentioned the case of the former NSA that died in a plane crash with the former Kaduna State governor. I talked about Zazi, that they had about $9 billion stashed in a foreign bank in United States of America. And the lobbying firm have written to Nigerian government to hire them to trace and possibly repatriate that money to Nigeria. And Nigerian government is not forthcoming in approaching them for the purpose of engaging them to trace and repatriate that money. So in the light of all this, what is the guarantee that the government will judiciously use the money that will be freed from removal of fuel subsidy?
300 per litre. What will you say about 300 per litre?
If you are talking about 300 naira per litre, definitely it's going to affect every human endeavor in Nigeria. Because if you look at Nigerian economy, PMS, Premium Motor Spirit, has multiplier effects. anything that affects premium motor spirit will trickle down to every other sector of Nigerian economy. So invariably, if you remove that subsidy and the price jacks up to 300 naira per litre, is going to reflect in the transportation of from here to Berga, from here to Ikeja, from here to VI, from here to Lekki, from here to Enugu, Port Harcourt, name it. It will reflect, and the cost of living will be higher. But I think the government is not thinking about the interests of the common Nigerians, because people have told them severally that nobody is against total deregulation. Nobody is asking you not to remove fuel subsidy, because you cannot continue retaining the fuel subsidy regime continuously. But feed the refineries, make the refineries to work, so that we do not need to import, so that what happens in the international market do not have direct impact in our local economy in the oil sector. And the government have been spending millions and billions of naira, even if not dollar, in turnaround maintenance of our 4 refineries, and we are not seeing results. So for me, I think even as the bill have been signed into law, before they come out with proper implementation to the extent of removing subsidy, I think the government have to go back to the drawing board and fix the refineries, make the refineries to work. Because if you look at the argument now, is that it is already a law, and that going by that law, that it is stated that demand and supply will fix the price of petroleum products. That's the way that PIB is. The way it's stated in that PIB, that petroleum industry, which is already a law now. Now, fix the refineries so that we do not need to import refined products. Now, you have a situation where even modular refineries, you don't need much to build it. The millions and billions of naira and dollar they spend regularly to carry out turnaround maintenance on our refineries, use it to build modular refineries that do not take much time and resources to build. So for me, I think what the government needed to do is to tarry. They should not rush into implementing that law, because if they do it, Nigerian economy will be in jeopardy.
Okay. FG crashes capital expenditure despite higher earnings. And we are looking at borrowing 5.62 trillion to finance our 2026 budget.
Even the World Bank is already worried about the borrowing trend of Nigerian government. I think because if you look at the money we are spending to service our loan, it's more than 70% of our local earnings. Oh, it may not be up to 7, but it's more than 50% of our local earnings. So I think the government needed to look inward of how do you grow the economy, how do you diversify the economy, rather than this borrowing. That's why people argue that under Jonathan, under Obasanjo, under Yar'Adua, that the government earned so much from oil, and as such that this government is spending from land resources. I do argue with them that you are not right, because this government has budgeted more than any other government of this country. And in any fiscal year, they always have leverage approval from National Assembly to borrow to finance the budget. So to that extent, paucity of funds is not a challenge. It's not an excuse. But again, I think they have to watch their borrowing trend, because you cannot be borrowing and putting everybody in bondage, mortgaging the life of even Nigerians yet unborn. It's not a cost. Someone like Buhari, he's counting down. Almost all our leaders, they're in their 70s, if not in their 80s, they are counting down. So sooner or later, they will depart from this surface earth. Now the money they are borrowing and are not even using judiciously, they are leaving it for children yet unborn to pay. Is it wise? Is it fair? It's not fair by our standard. It's not fair. So I think the government needs to watch their borrowing trend and diversify the economy. And ultimately, look for loopholes where money is being wasted and block those loopholes. We are talking about the Halliburton scandal. They have refused to visit it. We are talking about a lobbying firm that is interested in helping Nigerian government to trace funds that are stashed away in America. They are not willing to do it. Do all these things and watch your borrowing trend. Because we cannot continue in this trajectory of borrowing. It is going to put Nigerian economy in crisis, whether now or in the future. That is it.
Okay, finally, how do you look at the reactions? The bill has been signed. What do you see the host communities doing in the future, and also Nigerians reacting to the increase in fuel price?
I think the government have a lot to do to assuage the host communities, because whether we like it or not, they are not happy with the situation. Don't forget that when Buhari took over in 2015, in 2016 precisely, there was a renewed hostility against oil and gas infrastructure in Niger Delta. And Oshibanjo was mandated to go to Niger Delta to broker peace. And that's the relative peace we're enjoying today. And we can see that oil is being explored without interference from host communities or the militants, as they would like to call them. Now, the only thank you that the government gave them now is 3%, not even the 5% that people were agitating for. So I don't know. It may trigger another hostility. I don't know, but it may trigger another hostility in host communities. But I think it depends on how federal government addresses going forward. But again, I think what federal government did is deliberate. Because even when Pandem and some other stakeholders were advising federal government to tread with caution, they didn't listen. Look at the speed of light with which Muhammadu Buhari, Mr. President, signed this bill. At the same time, we have over 200 bills waiting for his assent. It tells you that there is a hidden agenda around it.
Okay, from the Nigerians, how do you think we will respond to the 300 naira per litre increase?
One, there is going to be speculation. Speculation in the sense that it is a matter of time or a matter of days. Federal government will announce total removal of subsidy. So you are going to be seeing panic buying of PMS. You are going to be seeing dealers hoarding PMS because of anticipation of total removal of subsidy. So you are going to see crisis in Nigerian economy if they remove it abruptly. So whether they are removing it abruptly or not, you are going to see tension in Nigerian economy, because people already have that impression. It's not an impression anyway. People already have that. It's already in the know that the PIB law do not accommodate fuel subsidy. So to that extent, it's a matter of time or a matter of days. Federal government will come up with a decision on a tentative day to remove subsidy. So that tension, that panic buying, will make people to start hoarding fuel, and ultimately price transportation will skyrocket. You see, from today tomorrow going forward, you see transportation will start skyrocketing. That is the immediate reaction we are likely going to see. But in the long run, Nigerian economy, when it has to do with oil and gas, will be better off for it. Okay. Because if you liberalize an economy, what it does is it will attract investors into that sector. So what government have done by freeing, because they have unbundled, by this law now, they have unbundled NNPC. NNPC is not just like, it's going to work like a public limited company where individuals or even groups can even buy share. So going by that, and going by the fact that you are not restricting people who sell fuel, retailers, to say this is what you sell at your this is your pump price, regulated pump price. What is going to happen is that investors will come in, foreign investors will come in, definitely. But in the meantime, there's going to be hardship, there's going to be crisis within Nigerian economy as a result of the shock. But it will take some time, and the time is not near. It will take up to 5, 6, 7 years before things will stabilize. And unfortunately, this government is going to become more unpopular as a result of this decision. Even as it's going to engender stability of the economy in oil and gas in due course, but this government is going to pay dearly for this decision because they are going to become more unpopular.
When Nigeria, how are they going to pay dearly? Are you looking at the decision to still rise again?
They are going to pay dearly because Nigerians will hate them the more. Because of the hardship that will be impacted on the life of Nigerians as a result of this law, Nigerians will hate this government the more. But ultimately, in the long run, the economy will be better for it. But this government is going to pay in the sense that Nigerians will hate them because of hardship that will be engendered as a result of this law.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's a lengthy one from Mr. Matthew. You can keep your comments coming. Good morning, Pastor. Good morning. You are hot this morning. Why are you hot? Why are you hot?
Igbo man fuck up.
What did Igbo man
fuck up
do?
die, that's why I'm hot.
What did they do?
I'm coming. They say Igbo in the Senate. They discussed about 30%. In the Senate. Igbo man carry kaya and walk away from the Senate. We just stand with the people and back in. My people, this and that and that. We walk away. We walk away. What is the benefit now? At the end, Buhari signed 30% to all community. They say Yoruba House and Igbo. Why can't you just FDEs? We bear your name. What is your problem? Only is bear your name. Why can't you just FDEs and FPs do something for East? That is know that you are.
About the senators.
Listen to me. The senators, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Igbo senators walk away from the Senate. And Yoruba now and Yoruba Igbo outside sit down and what and rule is something. Keep to Buhari to sign 3% to the what to all community. Why Igbo do that?
Are you blaming the Igbo senators for?
Yes, you can stand and bargain with them. Stand there, bargain with them. When they see you serious. Why you walk away? Why you walk away? They win you.
So how are the community going to take it now?
Now, community take it at what? That we have no head. If you say we are Yoruba as an Igbo, Igbo and we dey under Igbo. They call all of us Igbo. Igbo is supposed to defend his people. Now, no office of Igbo for Nigeria. Only Yoruba and Hausa reign for office. No senator. Before Igbo, he was senator. Always to be senator. Again, that senator, if he be senate president, he can defend this for us. But now, no senator, nothing, no office for Igbo. All of them are saying market. What are you doing?
Most of these communities are in the Niger Delta. What of the Niger Delta senators?
Listen to me. Niger Delta, Igbo, all of us there, we are what they call us Igbo. Yoruba as an Igbo. No, they don't say Niger Delta. Igbo is a singular name that could have secure all the Igbo. Even it can make us even happy. And know that you are backing us up and you are giving us something. We are parents in this nation because you cannot fight for us. And we bear your name. I want to destroy that name. Let another name come.
No, the senators are the ones that are going to.
Listen to me. Listen to me. No people man here. If we talk, we hear how they talk. I'm a journalist. I'm a politician. If you talk to me, yes, I'm a politician. Okay. If you talk to me, I listen to you. I know what comes out from you. Get my point? What comes out from you can know that. I can know that. Hey, because what is abundant of your heart, that's why you talk out. If we talk something concerning where you take wisdom, you just realize himself. They could start to back what with stupid abuse. What are you doing that for? Amechi is a building railway for Yoruba. He come from the east. He be Yoruba for you.
No,
I'm coming. I'm coming now.
Okay, let me.
He come from. I'm coming.
You have south.
Mr. Man,
you have southeast.
Don't try to saturate south now when you come to this country because you say all is Biafra. You say all is Biafra. You say all is. I'm coming.
But did we
I'm coming now, Mr. Man.
Did we accept that all is Biafra?
Because of your behavior, make we give you an answer. When you talk now, I'm coming. Are you talking? Okay. Are you talking now for the globe?
No, I'm asking a question.
I'm coming. Are you
okay,
don't be a rebel for the journalist.
Answer. I'm asking a question.
Are you talking about global east? Even though we can talk this, we can caution we can.
Because
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming. If you say you are the east, and we are all east, and be in battle, we can defend that something that come from the east. Because what at the end we say, and Igbo fight this for us. We go now say, but everything you fight from us, what are we going to join you for? What do you fight for us? You fight nothing. We are now roaming all over the country with nothing. You say, and they call us Igbo. I can never bear that name. That will destroy that name.
I thought you were saying Yoruba were the people that spoiled.
Yoruba win you.
Okay.
I say Yoruba win us all the time. Because Igbo that will represent us don't have mouth to talk. They talk something for saying you walk away. Why do you walk away? Stand and back in. Attack. That won't make you a man. Just come out and walk away. And they win you since you walk away now. It's like a battle fight. You run away. You don't win you.
So what is now left for the communities now to do?
Community left for what? For 3%.
What are they going to do now?
I'm coming.
Okay.
Community now got patent for 3%, which is not enough for the community. Fuel are destroyed. No fish for the sea. They can't get fish. The land is vandalized. They can't even plant. Eh? So when we talk about say Igbo, stand for defend, to defend the OE, say all of us be Igbo. For Nigeria, Yoruba as an Igbo. When the Igbo do for what? To represent the OE, say this is what we do to cover all of us. May we begin to enjoy what Igbo do for the benefit. Now there all of us go say, okay, we are one. Is it not when we go say we are one? That's when we go say we are one. Because you are doing something for us to see what you do to us. But then something happen because you know say Nasa you got the oil there for Sasa, you walk away, carry your bag, leave the Senate. Where do you live, Senate?
There's no in Anambra State, there's no oil in Abia State.
Come, all the oil you get for Abia State, Anambra State, we talk about drilling of the oil. Where the drill oil is Akwa Ibom, moving Nigeria PSC and some.
Okay.
We drill oil now. Check about the rate of what you do to the east. That makes it east to be like all over the country. You cannot help us, and you still talk. Shut up your mouth then. Let somebody come out to defend. When they can be able to help us out. Yoruba are winning us, outside winning us. Our children now, they are anchored now into a prison. Yeah, you see the talk, they work everywhere. What do you want me to do? I'm going to destroy that name. That people will die. And I bring them that can give us everything in the east.
Okay. Okay.
I'm hungry for the name.
Petrol to hit 300 naira per litre as Buhari signs PIB.
Now, Buhari signed PIB, Yoruba cook this. Yoruba cook this thing. I want the whole world to watch me. Yoruba always like cook this. If anybody, anything come from oil, Yoruba cook story. All these people are them writer. They cook this out. Because why? If they do what they do to Jonathan, when Jonathan increase fuel, they come out. Iya Elijah come out. Iya Ifa come out. They wear a pa and say Jonathan must die. If they do the same thing to Buhari, this thing will not even, they will not even hear this rumor. They will not even hear this rumor. They do the same thing as they do to Jonathan. Because if the APC is for them. I'm angry now. If the APC is for them. They now do everything to what? To favor the APC because it's them.
For them.
They say they give 30% to what? To either and half they go to SARS for oil. Now, outside say they get oil. Listen to me very well. I'm a politician here, full cup with blood. Did outside say they get oil? You buy ever damage that they get oil, no oil. This 30% is going to them. Outside no say they get oil. You say they get oil Undo, get oil for Lagos, get for Paragiri, get oil for this. They want to, this 30% is for them. Because they pull Buhari to sign the law for them.
But the Yoruba are the ones that...
They are the one cooking this cook. You know, see now, why the young, they don't talk. Fuel might become, why do you be the one to talk this way?
But the owner of this paper is not a...
How do you know?
The owner of this paper...
Who be in that office? Who be the majority
owner of this paper is not a Yoruba person.
Okay. Even though you're not a Yoruba person. Okay. Who are the majority in that? This paper may form, I'm coming now, okay. Even though from Abia State, where the office there? The paper sent now from Abia, try for aeroplane call this year. Majority in that office is Yoruba. Don't you know that? Now, you bring this oil now. You want to tell us now that 300. Now, give this info to all marketers. They don't ready now. They don't ready now. Why they go hit it to 300? Are you killing? What are you doing?
So what should Nigerians do now?
Nigerians to open eyes and see the Yoruba is the problem. I'm talking about nationality. I'm not talking about Southeast and South. Yoruba is the problem of our country. They do this now because 80% of all Mangata system. They're going to benefit from this now. They don't now post it. Now all the finishers are now done ready. Whether they could declare they start to sell. Every fuel increment they start to sell in Lagos before any other state. Why is it that? Because they know what they're doing. They are the enemy of oil of this country. They are the enemy for oil. Now check this now. If they get mine as they get for Jonathan, so all of them will come out now. So you know if anything happen, you can't even get to this one something say, God not to take the 300. If they do as they do for Jonathan. Eh? But now because APC is them, I don't bring the APC, they keep their mouth shut. Everywhere. If they sell this in 300 per litre, we pay their house rent, they go survive. We pay their sub, then we go survive. We go survive the consequence. We suffer to pay their house rent. 80% of our income go to their pocket. They go pay this thing. We go suffer. Now if we say we should wake up and begin to talk about Nigeria, now people start to fear Yoruba because you don't get shop for Yoruba land. You don't buy house for Yoruba land. To hell with them. To hell with the Yoruba in this country. I've never seen a tribe like this. All they are bangling under Buhari government. They finish the government. They just say,
You are saying Yoruba are responsible for
all the problem that we have
in Buhari's government.
All the problem. Are they talking? You know how they mock Jonathan? Remember how they mock Jonathan? How they talk to Jonathan? They mock Jonathan like shit. But what happened today? Are they mocking Buhari? Because the APC belong to them. They are the cook of this Association for Political Criminals. This is the meaning of this party. Association for Political Criminals. These criminals are now there for this country and destroy our life.
So how
they do what they can.
Okay.
They persuade Jonathan. They persuade him. Today, look at how they do. Dawson. They are fire under. Get what they want. Now railway don't finish now. They build it finish for them. For 4 years now. Railway don't finish. Now for to build in the east now. Buhari go leave office. They stop it there. They don't get railway. Metro Lela. What are you talking about? How can we wake up to defeat these people? If you want to free in this country, all of us will point call for Yoruba man. Boa. That's the only solution. If we say
the only solution is to
point call for Yoruba. That's the problem. If you gun him down, you are winning. It's a problem in this country. You need to know that. You need to know that. What they do is bad in this country. Everything is for them. Them.
It is not the Fulani that people are
no be Fulani. No be Hausa. Now Yoruba be the problem. All of them are them. If you don't get 80%, they can't even release even 1% to anybody. They must get 99% first before they release 1% to anybody. How long did they enjoy Nigeria for so many years? Since 1960 till now. They can't live up to anybody. They still want to move on to die, enter there. Can you around 100%? Look at Lagos, look at everywhere. Everybody, but they want to die for Nigerian government. To do good thing here, to do better thing here. When they go there, we start to suffer. Since APC come out, then everybody ask me here. Since APC come out, how did we suffer? Bad luck. Bad luck every day. Today, equal increment. Today, coronavirus. I didn't parrot it. What are we talking about? We must make a sentence. Put ourselves and do what? Carry gun, shoot Yoruba man. Not be gun for wicked bullet. Why? You understand what I'm saying? Punch him. You are the problem. So that we go know. If he knows what. If you leave him, he go what? He go speaking and escape. You go think an Hausa man be the problem. It is an Igbo man is the problem. Yoruba man is a problem in this country.
So how do we solve the problem?
The problem is what Jews wake up.
From our
own self now.
Okay.
I come out as what? GPN candidate. Hear me? I'm going to bring a party come. If you join me, I can prefer understanding than them. I can defeat them. For us to have peace.
You have money?
Don't worry about money. I'm a king. What about money? Just support the party. That's all. We need to what? Put these guys down. If we don't put it down, we can never free.
What's the full meaning of the GPN?
Good people of Nigeria party. Good people, Nigerian good people. That is the party I'm bringing in. GPN. We are tired of this thing. Are you not tired? Where food? Go to everywhere. Now, Aslan now, check what happened. Even in the TTP, even they give us the prepaid. We are dying for prepaid. Prepaid, bing. They can't even, we can't even charge prepaid. In Lagos, they now prepaid higher pass. Jumbo pay for electricity. We are dying here. The chop carry us. Check now. I did someone that have 4 children fit for house.
So if it's 300 now, what do you think will be the price?
It cannot even be. I'm against them. Let them carry that spirit where they carry for Jonathan. Fight for this thing now. Yes, carry that spirit where you carry Iyalagba. Iyadis for Jonathan. Carry sword for Jonathan. Bring coffee for Jonathan. Carry it now. May we see you. May this thing stop.
But they have signed the bill already.
Who signed the bill? They signed the bill. They failed not find it. He signed the bill, but failed never
increase it. In the next 2 days,
I'm coming.
They will increase it.
They will increase it. You are hearing me now.
In the next 2 days, they will increase it.
I'm coming. You are hearing me now. This will not be. Hear me? Go for every sector of economy and then pull everywhere. What did they do that is good for us, bro? Check everywhere. Air Force, Airways, everywhere. Medical, you buy food everywhere. Where is the office that good for Nigeria? Where the office that you get, they serve you well. Say this is a good office in Nigeria. They finish all the office. Aaron, Shaki. What do you chop? You chop and forget your people. Chop and become a fool. Steal.
But some people are saying the problem we have, especially Mr. Raphael, that is our politicians, that is the problem.
Who corrupt politician? Who corrupt? Yoruba son corrupt politician. Yoruba son corrupt the whole politician in Nigeria. We leave the country with what? 50 naira high currency. I think, you know, I say I'm joking. This is what we live in Nigeria. 50 naira high currency. Who print to this 1,000? Now, Yoruba man print it. Now, our coin that we used to use, coin, lost. Now, everybody now open eye to see what that we can steal easily by 1,000 or 100 bundle. One bundle is 100,000. All corruption third world see happening to thief money. They all corrupt. Who corrupt us? Who teach us how to corrupt? Yoruba man.
Some people will not agree with you.
No, if they don't agree with me, I'm here. Let them come out to me.
What you say is true.
How dare you? Who is the person that does not agree with me? They corrupt the whole Nigeria. They make all of us know how to thief money for government, politicians, senators, everybody know how to thief money, put for pocket. One bundle is 100,000. If you take 10 bundles, how many did you take? That's 1 million. You know, man that give us this foundation to know how to thief money. Where are our coin today? We have Kobo. Where Kobo? Once and you destroy everything. Don't think 1999 till now we are people facing the pain of what us and you do till now. Your children still live. How are we going to free from this? I call on Nigeria to watch me. We're going to hit them blow. Listen to me. I think no steal. Everywhere I talk like this. If they take the power, let them come with me. But we must know the foundation. That we are tired of these people. We are tired.
Okay. Any final statement?
Final statement is that GPN is coming out. All of us was. I have the power to defeat them. You understand me?
What power? Because
you don't understand. You don't understand. You will never understand till you die. They don't play politics in physical.
Make me understand.
I'm coming. The man don't play politics in physical politics. He use mystery. He use mystery in politics. I go use mystery to them. Now we're going to make sure we bring GPN to defeat APC and PDP and bring the party that can bring us. Give dream to our young children to get dream. You don't get their dream, don't die. They are praying for people and die. But they die, they don't get future. The Roman worship and what? He says the pastor, he says the Christian, full everywhere, nothing. Time I go for us to wake up. We are tired of this country. For what Yoruba is doing to us. No one of them is out of it. They know what they do, what they corner. It's bad. Very, very bad. If we stop all these things, we are coming in to make sure this kind of nonsense has stopped. We don't tire. You work out from morning till night, nothing. Even you get the money in price, you cannot. You carry 1,000, 1 million, enter market, you buy something, you put it back. 1 million, enter pocket, you come up and put it back with 1 million naira. They do that, say they don't know what is going on. They manipulate. Time has come for us to wake up.
Okay. Let's look out for.
That is it.
Mr. Obong, GPN.
GPN. Coming in.
As president, Abi.
GPN, good people of Nigeria, is coming in.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pastor.
Why is he lamenting and that when you have 1 million naira,
Go to the market.
you carry polythene bag. So he's just realizing it too early.
This morning that Pastor is saying that the Yoruba is the problem that we are facing.
My people, Onyara say Onara ana were Obo Taisi hu ubochi taa. Ndewo mama, good morning everyone.
Okay.
And it's very unfortunate. People, of course, have been living in denial. And of course, the likes of pastor that just spoke, he has been an advocate of one Nigeria. But he's complaining now that with 1 million naira, you get to the foodstuff market, you just come out with two or three nylons.
At once it's 5. What if it's 300 naira per liter?
300, that is congratulating to the Nigerians. Yes, because that is another next level. From change, you graduated to next level. And by the end of this year, probably $1 will be equivalent to 1,000 naira. But then I will have a very good handshake with you. And that invariably means for you, Mr. Christian, if I don't know if you're, well, I may not go there. For people whose salary is 30,000, by the end of this year, invariably, it will not even be enough to buy 40 fare. You see, petrol to hit 300 naira per liter in a country that is endowed with crude oil, with natural resources. Crude oil is just a natural endowment. And yet you are buying it at such exorbitant cost, ripping off the masses. It's quite unfortunate. Even coming down here, I wasn't happy because it's very unfortunate.
Very, very.
There are many things to meet up with, and in terms of finances, and it's not forthcoming. And unfortunately, what the government of Lagos State is doing now, locking up people's shop, and where I'm just managing, you can see they just seal everywhere, and people are just stranded and frustrated, and you begin to imagine what is really happening. The more you look, the less you see, and it seems I was surprised that my brother, the Gideon, aka Pastor, is lamenting this morning.
When he started,
Maybe he had a different dream, or maybe Buhari was just after him in the dream, and he now understood that he's not even safe himself. You see, people should learn to accept the truth and the true position of the Nigerian, or the contraction called Nigeria, because it's not a state. Nigeria has ceased from becoming a state. And of recent, you heard that Nigeria is indebted to the tune. It's at the point of insolvency, over by $85 billion. You see, a foreign debt, and you are not talking of the one they are owing me. No, Nigeria is owing me. I don't know when they will pay that one. They're owing me, yes. I haven't served the Nigerian state under NYC, and at the end of the day, I was not given any job, and I was left to fend on my own at the mercy of whatever happens, and which is quite unfortunate. Even in a civilized world, after your varsity program, you will be documented, you'll be profiled, and if there are any opportunities, you'll be called upon to pick them. And this is not happening. They don't even know whether you exist or not, let alone calling for.
Unfortunate. 3%.
Unfortunate is an understatement.
3% for host communities. Why 30% for frontier basins? Most of the things are in the north. 3% from where you are getting the oil from, and 30% for exploration in the north.
You can imagine exploration of what? What are you exploring? There are no chances of discovering oil from such Sahel region. Yet you are setting out 30% of the petroleum revenue generated funds to search for what is not existing. Why the original owners of those natural resources are hungry, haggard, and impoverished? The first day I went, I happened to be in Port Harcourt. I went for an exam. The kind of water that was coming out, they were pumping. I stayed about 2 weeks or so. I developed malaria of acute typhoid, which I was admitted for some time. These people, for crying loud, has no drinking water. When we are talking, people think that we are joking. Maybe we are just entertaining you. These are realities which are staring at us and can never be denied. Look at people, the original owners of this oil. You now consider them to have 3%. 3%. 1, 2, 3. 3% for desecrating their farmlands, for the pollution. You can understand the organic cleanup. They say we take over 30 years to clean up the environment that had been polluted, desecrated. Those people could no longer farm. They could no longer fish. They could no longer make use of your waters, and you're just giving them 3%. Why the people who were not affected by the oil spillage, by the exploration of oil and whatever? You see, you are giving them 30% to search for what is not existing. Why will you left our homes, our suburbs, littered with oil spillage, desecrated our farms? We can no longer crop. We can no longer cultivate. How do you balance this level of injustice? How do you balance this level of subjugation? There's no way you can balance it. And what they are coming up of recent is that wherever oil pipe pass through is an oil state. You laid oil pipe from River State, from Imo State. We are part of the Niger Delta. You laid from Imo State, from the Uguta axis. You lay it down to Kaduna State. And the people, the host communities are asking for just, is it 10% or 5%? And you say no, they don't deserve it because they are slaves, they are conquered territories, and they are subject to Fulanis, and Fulanis are the people that owns the land. Fulani have taken over the economic and whatever system of Nigeria. That Nigeria belongs to Fulani, so every other ethnic nationalities are slaves. They are meant to be killed, slaughtered, and nobody will question the killers. You can understand the message. And I think the government, the eastern governors and the southern governors are beginning to understand, to have common sense, to apply common sense. That's what I'm saying. The south regions are the ones who generate the revenue used in running, in sustaining the Nigerian state. The ones they embezzle. The southern region, the southwest, the southeast, and yet that's why in recent past the present leader of APC, you see, was arguing. So how can Lagos State, that generates most of the highest revenue in Nigeria, be given 20 local governments? Why Kano, Zamfara, that is useless, that economic, in terms of economy, their contribution to the center. Jigawa has how many local government? Kano State, after Jigawa was created from Kano State, Kano State still maintain 44 local governments, and the sharing formula, the allocation of our commonwealth is based on the number of local government. You can see how these people use scheming to skim us out of the event of things, in control of the resources that come from us. That's why the Tinubu, that's why I respect him in that regard. He said, how can Lagos State have 20 local government? Why Kano State, Zamfara, Jigawa, those deserted area, at the end of the month, takes the larger chunk of the allocation coming from the south? This is injustice that can no longer be allowed, that can no longer be tolerated. That's why in the southeastern region, people still obey, of course, embark on sit at home. Because there's no other way to express their grievances. The level of injustice that is meted on the people. It is a deliberate attempt, is a conscious attempt to subjugate, to marginalize the entire South. The people that produce oil, you give them 3%. What is 3%? And instead of building refinery in southern region, you went and site refinery in Kano, in Kaduna State. In Kaduna, imagine Kaduna that is not oil, that doesn't have any oil, trace of oil dome. You are not building one in Daura. Leaving the region that should benefit, that have a comparative advantage to enjoy refinery, to enjoy the basic needs. And look at in NNPC, Nigerian Petroleum Corporation or whatever, Hausa is the official language. If you are not hitting your head on the floor, you won't be given opportunity to be absorbed or to work in NNPC. And in most of the federal parastatals, and this is a secular, the supposed secular country, you can see if the North were the people, if the North have discovered oil in over these years, billions of dollars have been expended in the South for what is not existing. Rather than compensating the indigenous owners of those oil, whose land has been desecrated, whose farmland has been destroyed, whose primary source of livelihood has been exterminated, and whose lives is at the risk of being exterminated, yet you kick them off. And you think you can intimidate them. When they rise up to demand for their right, you say they are terrorists. You say they are fighting the nation. You see, by what is due for them, you deprive them before their faces. There are teaming graduates. I'm part of the Niger Delta graduates. Yet I cannot work in any facility, oil facility. With the level of my exposure and by strict regiment of university study, I am qualified to work in oil sector, but I won't be given the opportunity because I don't belong to those Fulani caliphates and loyalists. Yet, millions of our graduates from Niger Delta are roaming the streets of Niger Delta without job, without any source of livelihood. Why 90% of the revenue generated come from the south,
Okay.
but consumed by the north.
Final thoughts, Mr. Chigo, because we can go.
This is very unacceptable, and people calling for. I think I'm vindicated this morning by hearing my brother Gideon lamenting and crying and bewailing the country. That Nigeria is no longer existing, as I've maintained. Now, he was just realizing it. These are the ones that have been countering and making unfounded arguments and all that. Thank God he will be part of this victim. You see, whether he likes it or not, because this hike will have a ripple effect. We are still crying of food, the hike in food prices. Yet they are coming with another almost 300% increase. What does that suggest? More problem for Nigeria, more hardship for the entire people. Congratulations for more hardship. Congratulations for more pain. That's why IPOB sit at home will never cease. I am an advocate of this sit at home because that is the veritable tool against the Nigerian state. Not until our cravings and the cravings of the entire regions is brought to table, is brought to fore, and attended to, Nigeria will never have peace. The so-called Nigeria and people who are still trying to hold this country will end up. My people say, onye ji ihe nwata weli aka ya elu otu ụbọchị aka ga-agbaji ya wetuo ya, and that is my maxim. That is the position. The Biafra has come. Biafra is here. All hell Biafra.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kunle. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm very angry this morning.
Yeah, I'm even really hungry. Christian, I'm really hungry with you. You're taking our time too much here, right?
Sorry.
We are burning, man. Let us express our feelings and go our different ways, man. You know.
How swiftly Buhari signed the Petroleum Industrial
PIB. You see, the president we have in charge now, I think we can still call him the Maradona. We call him Buhari during his regime, right? Because I could not see why a region that does not produce petroleum, but because you are trying to discover petroleum, or you lay a pipe to Kaduna, you lay a pipe, refinery pipe to Kaduna, are they oil producing states? No. So you now give those people 30%. I don't know. You know, and once pipe pass through your region, that means you'll be allocated, you'll be counted among the oil producing. But who am I to talk? Because you have the Niger Delta there. Let them talk loud. Let them sorosoke.
Yeah, it's going to affect you.
It's going to affect me in what way?
Because if the price is 300 naira per litre, you are going to...
Me, I've been saying it. Every day you wake up in Nigeria, one day, one hardship policy. One hardship policy. So since you cannot, there's no way out, you have to just buckle up and prepare your shock absorber down for all these things. Because I've been saying it. I say the way things are going now, hardly will we be able to afford 1 square meal in this country now. By the time the 300 naira per litre come in place, the multiplier effects, you will not have, I mean, the increment of food items, which has already started now. A Congo of Gary now is 1.6, 1.5. What's it called? I say a Congo, a pint of Gary, a pint of rice, a pint of beans now is 3.8. Because I do the feasibility studies in market too, myself. Because what affects one affects others. So the way things are now, I've been looking up towards these things. I've been expecting the worst to happen from them. Because since
you expect the worst,
I've been expecting the worst. Since you said you are paying what's it called, subsidy, and subsidy has been a scam. The refinery you were there, you could not fix up the refinery. You are doing, I mean, recycling among your cohorts, among your political cohort, among your political, what's it called, prodigy. You give them license to go and lift oil from another country. They bring in the oil, they tax you and I heavily. Some don't even bring oil to this country. They will say they are collecting subsidy. You could see there was revelation under one government. Was he under Yaradua? There was revelation that some people bring in empty vessels because their politicians highlight that they siphon money for men, and all the atrocity those people have committed now. Those that have looted the oil money, all the atrocities, you and I are the ones to pay for it. Is this country not meant for masses to live? What a country for God's sake. You are an oil producing state, 6th largest oil producing state. That's if we've never been displaced by this time around because of our unseriousness. But we are the 6th and we produce one of the best oil in the world. Why are we the one suffering? We are the one suffering for what we have. Why? Is it a cost? So, I mean, I think with this hardship policy, you keep sending people to heli grade. You keep selling, because when people wake up every day and you think of what to eat, you think of what you put on, you think of how to get your daily square meal. Is that not a serious war already? Or is that not a serious famine in the land?
Who should we hold responsible?
You hold all the leaders we have in, and it's been on for a while. And that is why when they are celebrating one leader that is doing well, he did well, he unified Nigeria. Is it unity we want to talk? Or bring the country, glory back. Bring the country glory back. When we were like, the golden country of the universe, giant of Africa. But now we are just an empty shell. We are like fufu. When they say fufu, we are like, who respect Nigeria again? Look at what happened in Indonesia. We are not. We love this country. But do you make the country conducive for us to live, to enjoy, to be happy? No. Every day is one hardship policy for masses. Hardship policies that can send someone to early grave. So the multiplier effect of the petroleum, in the petroleum, price now. I mean, the multiplier effect is going to be disastrous. And this country lack, palliative or cushion effect that they can even give to the masses. When they even bring it out, it's among them that will loot, the palliative for all this hardship policy they are bringing. So I don't know how we are going to get out of this mess. That's so quick. I still want to talk, man.
Okay. Now let's look at.
I'm burning. I'm not happy what is going on this morning. I'm not happy. Kabul, what Taliban are taking over.
What are the lessons Nigeria need to learn?
Yeah, the lessons Nigeria need to learn is I don't see any more difference between Taliban and the Boko Haram. It might be one day Boko Haram may say they want to seize over the government. It might be one day the bandit might say they want to, take over the government. Because these Taliban, as they've started their policy. They are going to imbibe on. And the policies are no education for girls' child, and Islamic. They are going to bring, fanatic Islamic policy into Afghanistan now, and that is what American has been trying to curb. But since American said, you remember what Biden said? Biden said it's been Fox president that has been fighting the, Taliban war, and he does not want to, transmit it to another coming president. So it has to end on his throne. He has to the unnecessary war they are fighting in Taliban has to end during his tenure. So to me, Taliban and Boko Haram, I don't see any difference in them. Why? Because the dreaded terrorists are in Afghanistan, one of the dreaded terrorists. Taliban's and ISIS, they are the providers of, they are the product of the ISIS are the product of Taliban. So when you talk of terrorism, Nigeria, Afghanistan, there's what they said now that Nigeria is the most terrorized country as of the way we're talking now. Every day you wake up, 29 killed, 300 killed, 200 massacre, 20 massacre, 30 massacred, bloodshed everywhere, blood on the floor everywhere, blood on the blood as Jackson said, blood on the dance floor, blood on Nigerian floor every day, every seconds, and the leaders are there moving around with convoy of security that's supposed to protect you and I. They left us unsecured, and they will have bunch of military security escorts with siren. They will even bully you on the road that the governor wants to pass. You have to clear way. I don't know the kind of country we belong, and I don't know how when we are going to wake up from the slumber, because the way things are going now, you could see that some of them gather now and celebrating one leader, a leader that just wake up one day on the wrong side of the bed and said my own vote. The first time I voted in Nigeria, the first time, which was 1992, 93, which I voted in Nigeria, somebody just wake up that my rights will not count. Your rights will not count. His rights will not count. And some people are waking up today celebrating the person for unitary, for uniting Nigeria together. Accepted, you unite Nigeria together. But you that you unite Nigeria together, you are still the one that use your bad policy to disunite Nigeria. You are not June 12, and June 12 brought us back to where we are. Nevertheless, the winner of the June 12, it wasn't a saint. Likewise, the man Abiola wasn't a saint. I have to say it openly. I'm a Yoruba man. He wasn't a saint. So
what was the thing he did?
He has been mingled. The people he has been mingling with was the same people that messed him up. Are they not friends? Ibibi and Abiola, they were friends.
After he died,
so the point there is, we've been having leaders that don't give a fuck about us. We know what we went through when everybody was in power. We remember the Ebony Saga. We remember Ibibi must go issue. We remember the God windfall. There was no accounts. So
Don't tell me one leader in this country is a saint. We don't have leader, and they capitalize on the flawed constitution we have. That we people.
So what should we do?
What should we do is
Ubong said that he has a party that is floating, that we should form a party and support him.
You see, no, we won't support Ubong because he himself needs to be checked on. You know, he himself needs to be profiled well. At times, he talk from the wrong side of his, you know, as if he wake up on the wrong side of the bed. So the person that will rule this country, and you know, the word of the mouth, the word of the mouth matters as a leader. So somebody like Ubong, at times, you know, I cannot really think. At times, he doesn't say more senses. At times, he's always on point. But let's give him his own right. What we need to do now is, what is the population of the youth? The population of the youth in this country is like 70% of the total population, or let's say approximately 70, 60 something plus, right? And you have the power. They don't have the power. You give them the power. You send them there. The youth send the leaders there. The youth send all those leaders you are seeing. We send them there. They are our representatives. They are our servants. We are the masters. We are the masters through our ballots, you know, thumb printing, by votes we cast. But can we come together and adopt a presidential candidate that we know he has not been he has not been politicized, you know? So, you know, like 4 years ago, we have credible people, but the youth could not think deep. We have people like Mokalu, we have people like Foladro Toye, we have people like some Showore. No, let's even rule Showore out. I'm even talking of the him-built people here that, you know, pass through the system. Like Bogalu was deputy governor of CBN one time, you know, very sound guy, very, very sound and exposed guy. But everybody overlook him. Instead of us queuing behind Mogalu, we were busy queuing behind Atiku. Atiku that has been benefited this people that have been benefiting this country before we were even born, or before when we were infants. We queue behind them. We forget the people that can liberate us. We forget the people that can bring a new Nigerian to us, a new, you know, Nigeria, and a new way of governance in Nigeria that can set the pace. We forgot them and still following the whole cargo. I think the youth has to think now and reprogram themselves, redress themselves, and retrace their steps so that we can walk our way to the freedom, because you cannot get freedom from any one of these people under this party. APC, PDP, they are sick already. So let's capitalize on their sickness and come to a party that we can take as our own. Then we will now form our own government. The youth will form a government, and we will now deliberate, should we restructure this country so that there won't still be hawk that will come and hijack the government.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Charles, good morning.
Good morning. I'm still your humble servant, Mr. Charles Isukoyode.
How do you feel this morning if you hear that the petroleum price has been increased to 300 naira?
Well, I will not be happy because the masses are the one that will bear the burden.
Who are the masses?
You and I are the masses, because
me, I'm not the masses.
We are among the masses, whether you like it or not. You are the one that will bear the burden, you and I. Because let's assume that we are going from here to Ikeja, 100 naira. Definitely from now it's going to be 200 naira. Because those people that are increasing, but those people that are subject, you know, that have been sodden with the responsibility of increasing the price of fuel, they don't know what you and I are passing through. They don't even know whether it is going to affect the both of us. So definitely we are the ones that will suffer it. That is the poor masses. The masses are the ones that will suffer, because you felt that you have elected the good people without knowing that you have elected those that will kill you. So at a point, for you to have increased the price of fuel, definitely those that will suffer it, those that the burden will be shifted, the onus, like we used to say, the onus will be shifted to who? The general masses, the poor masses. Them doing it there, they don't know what is going on. They don't know what the effects. All they know is that they have putting on the price of fuel has gone up. It's none of their business, because it doesn't concern them. It will not affect them in one way or the other.
But despite the hike or the high prices of fuel, people are still building houses, buying cars.
Yes, people are still building houses, because that is to tell you that we are living in a country whereby we are, you know, our different people are subjected not even to what the government people are doing. you find that, let's assume, sorry to say this, let me use an Igbo man as an example. If you like, let the price of fuel go to 1,000 naira per litre. An Igbo man has nothing to do with the price of fuel, because what Igbo man believes is his own business. He does his own business. Don't you know, if you like, increase it. Do you want to tell me that most of the Igbo men that are making money today, we have so many billionaires out there, are they into government work? They are not government workers. They have their business, different private businesses they are doing. So definitely, whether if you like increasing, Igbo people and different set of people, even the Yorubas, there will be people building houses, because there are so many segments and segmental areas that people are making their money individually, not even depending on government. That is why I love my people. That is why I love Nigerians. We are not dependent on government.
Okay.
Yes.
And that means, what will you advise the ordinary Nigerian to do in this time that we are in?
Yes. My brother, first and foremost, we have to look unto God, because I was like overhearing that there was a catchment area that was being said that once a pipe of a fuel has been linked into a particular place, it means that you have a fuel there. Now, my brother, whether you like it or not, we don't have, as an ordinary Nigerians, what do we have? We don't have any hope again. The only hope we have is God. We have to look unto God, because number one, for you to have depend in this kind of country we are into, my brother, whether you like it or not, if you are meant to be 100 years to come, definitely you have to live 50 years, because overthinking will have to run you down. This is a country whereby the so-called leaders, they are not even after what you do, what you do. Let me use this as an example. Let me tell you this. Whether you like it or not, our so-called pastors have just failed us in this country. We have been disappointed. Okay, look, how many pastors will you go to their ministry today? They have the money, they have the cash, and they will go out with what do you call it? Security and armed guarded men. You and I, you'll be informed that you should buy ordinary sticker. Put a sticker in your house. That this is the sticker that will be protecting you. Meanwhile, a so-called man of God will be moving with an escort. Who is deceiving who? Now, an ordinary individual, like I said, those people that have, our men of God have just disappointed us in this country. The average men, the average Nigerians, the only thing we have to do is just to look unto God, because He is the only one that can fight for us. Look at, something is going on in different countries now. Nigeria has been declared as one of the most tourist states and nations in this country, in this world, presently. Look at a place whereby, when I was growing up, you find out that you'll be hearing that 10 people died in so place, not even in Nigeria. But you are living to live with it, that in your country, even in your present, you find out that 20 to 10 people every day, there was a sit at home at Abayes today, about 5 people were killed at Oboshishi side. So why would you kill those people? These are men that they don't have anything to do with whatever you are doing. They are not achieving from what your so-called government. Why will you be asking? The segmentation of you killing those people is not even in order, because it's not even proper. The average Nigerians are those suffering presently, but the only advice I will have for our average, the average Nigerians, is nothing but let's look unto God, because those people being our leader, they are not even after what we are after. They are not even after what we are doing here. All they are after is their own. A man will embezzle money. You have forgotten the fact that tomorrow you will live without that money. Okay, how many people today? Let's assume that. Let me bring, for instance, that somebody like Abacha. Abacha stole a lot of money. Where is he today? When Abacha was he buried with that kind of money? No. These are things that you need to put in, you checkmate your life, because today you might get the money today, tomorrow is not you. So why will you be looking as in doing things as if without that money you cannot live? As in those poor masses that put you in existence. I remember in a place like Nasarawa State, I have a man called somebody like David Mbugadu. This is a very young man that was being elected into a political seat. I know how good he has been going around meeting people in terms of administering their lives, giving them one, putting them in good in good mode. But you cannot. It's very, very hard and very difficult for you to find out that a very good politicians can do that presently in this present dispensation. All they are after is just to invest that money, go to Paris, do so many things carrying women around. But you and I, being the poor masses, the oil has been increased from How many naira to 300 naira now? The poor masses are still the one. Yes, whether you like it or not, this is a country where may can lead to, it will. And definitely that 300 naira will come to pass. Definitely you and I are the one that will bear the burden.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother.
I have Okokundem in the house this morning. He's getting set and getting ready.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Mr. Chus. How do you do? Father Yahweh, I thank thee, I praise thee, I worship thee. I magnify your name to keep us alive. I magnify your name for our viewers. I magnify your name for Philip TV. I magnify your name. Even sit at home yesterday in Biafra land was very successful. No matter how enemies throw confusion, it was very successful. Father Yahweh, I thank thee, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pray for Nigeria. Let this problem stop.
Why should I pray for Nigeria? Why should I pray for Nigeria? Nigeria is a leopard that cannot change its spots. Wash a pig, come a pig, it's still a pig. Are you okay?
A prayer can do.
I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra. Liba Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live the youth in Biafra land for your determination to rubbish so-called themselves leaders, governors in Biafra land. Long live the youth in Biafra land, both south and southeast. Long live. May God uphold every one of you in Jesus' name.
Amen. What will you say about the bill signed by Buhari, the Petroleum Industrial Bill, 3% for the host communities?
Yes, 3% for the host community. Host community deserve it.
No?
I said, I know they deserve it. Where is the Kubo? Where is the Kubo? Where is they doing clear? Where is the Kubo? Where is they doing clear? What are they doing? The Kubo will come up abusing Nnamdi Kanu. The clerk will come up and an elderly set man like Edwin Clark cannot oppose this thing. Small time he will leave Bayelsa, run to Abuja, go and hold the birthday celebration. Why can't he hold it in Bayelsa? What are they doing? They give you 13%, 3%. You collect. At the initial stage, when they mention it, the people in south, mostly Jog the tribe, they say we will not agree, we will do this, we will do that. Later they go down. Had they been the stripe up, blowing the oil pipes, destroy everything for not be like this. It could not be like this. They are the cause. They are the cause. If you see Igbo man, Igbo speaking tongue did this thing now, you will see Dukubo, you will see Edwin Clark, you will see them. Had they been David Tam West is alive, you can see him. What are they doing? Wicked, what is Wicked doing? If they kill IPOB now, Wicked will come up and kill them.
Is this about IPOB or it's about?
I said this 3%. If it's something pertaining IPOB, Wicked will come out and carry it for head. What is he doing now? You see, let me tell you, this did not start today. During the time of Babangida, do you know how much Babangida invests in searching oil in the north? Even in Babangida regime, they told us, we have get oil in Lake Chad Basin, and we get oil. They carry machine, go there. At the end, nothing come out. They have been using oil searching, supporting the money of the oil owners. And that's what I'm telling you. Now, this 3%, is it today that they start planning it? Why can't the Niger Delta people come up and protest? This is what we are crying, that we don't want to be Nigeria again. This is what we are crying, that let everybody go on its own way, so that the people can be able to control their oil. This is why federal government, Fulani federal government and their backers don't want to do restructuring. This is why they don't want to devalue power at the center. In North, they have mineral resources, solid mineral resources. They have gold, they have precious stones, they have everything. But they are digging it on their own. But it's Southern own, Southeast own, South own. Biafran land oil become general, federal property. And you say it's federal property. All the whole emirs in the North have oil wells. Even the late leaders of people from North have oil wells. How many Edwin Clark have? How many Dukubo has? How many Wike has? I myself that talking, how many do I have? How many do I have? But the people that the oil did not block to them have the whole oil block. They dig their gold. Last time, did you heard it? When they're digging the gold in Zafara, taking to exchange more arms from China, giving the vendors, giving Boko Haram, giving foreign herdsmen, they're going to kill us. Only Nasarawa. If you see the solid mineral resources in Nasarawa, they can feed the whole Nigeria, but they hold it. This is part of the thing that made them to kill Abiola. When they said they want drill oil in Ondo, Abiola came out and resist that. I don't want oil in my fatherland, Yoruba land, to be drilled like Igbo man oil, where everybody be sharing it. No, if you want to drill oil in Yoruba land, I will be at the helm of the affairs. That's why Abiola want to start a submersive drilling machine company. Submersive drilling machine to drill oil in Ondo. That is why Abiola want to build oil refinery. They said this one, if you leave him, if you enter, he finish it. That's part of the thing that made them to kill Abiola. Look at it, 3% to the oil owners, and 30% to go and drill oil, to go and search for 13. To go
to the prospectors.
30% for oil exploration.
For oil exploration.
30%.
30%.
Okay.
Not 13.
Not the 13. Don't confuse me. I know that you're a lecturer, but the little one I know, don't take it away from me. They take 30% to go and search oil. Now, all the whole profit or all the whole income of any NPC, you remove 30% there. How many remain? When you remove 30%, you give the people that oil have pollute their place. They don't have water to drink. They cannot fish in their farm. They don't have land to farm. Nothing again. You give them 3%. When you give them 3%, you say Niger Delta Development Constitution or Commission or Confusion. Then you carry one of your stupid man, put there, you continue looting the money, bring it back to you. Like Rotimi Amechi, loot the money of Rivers and give Buhari 2015 election. They be looting it. When the people want to cry, you take federal money to suppress them. Look at it. This is how they do it. If I don't know it, I know from Babangida regime. Exploiting money. Looking at it. Now, Ajokuta Silori Mill, nobody is talking about it again. They have taken Ajokuta Silori Mill, siphoned all the whole oil money. They probably Ajokuta. Up to today, Ajokuta did not function. They have no excuse there again. Now they have turned it oil exploiting to take the same investment the money. Hear what I'm telling you. It's unfair for this country. Look, let me tell you. If there's something like reincarnation, if a man will come back to world again, I will never come and be a Nigerian. I thank God before then, this country Nigeria will vanish. Because I know that we live long. If there's a reincarnation, I don't believe reincarnation. I'm a Christian. I don't believe reincarnation. But if those people that believe reincarnation, before they come back, maybe this part of world called Nigeria, maybe God will turn it to Sodom and Gomorrah. It will be a sulfur land. We are of no habitation. Because the crime they're committing in this Nigeria is too much. How can you? Look at Dosiana. Dosiani, Madeke. They have still pursued him up to now. Bring the money. Where the one they are looting, nobody's talking about it. $25 billion that means when so-called Buhari returned. When Kachuku was chairman of NPC or whatever he was that time, $25 billion loss. Where is the account today? but they pursue that poor woman. Bring the money you carry. A person who, the stream that is running in her father's backyard, stream that is running in her father's backyard, he put on the take cup, fetch water there, drink. You are calling him a thief. Now, in a policy, according to your stupid law you pass, you are going to siphon 30% now. Looting, official stealing. Official stealing with a person bill, stealing with a National Assembly. How do you look at it? So what I'm telling you, as far as they start this thing, my brother, I don't know where we are going.
What's the fate of the ordinary Nigerian if we find out that there will be 300 naira per litre?
Not there will be 300 naira. It's already 300 naira. Even if gas is taken, it will be 450 or 500. Because Nigeria is where they will say, this man, I suspend him. I did not remove him from office. I suspend him from that suspension. It will be removal. It may be, but I am telling you, not it may be. It will. It have already been. It have already been. This 300 naira per litre. Remember, it's a government. When Jonathan was in, Petroleum, a litre was 89 naira. This government said, it's too much. Jonathan is too much. Oil subsidy. Jonathan is eating oil subsidy. Jonathan is doing this. When we come, we will bring it to 45 naira. We will take, everybody will take cup to be fetching fuel as a pump in water in a tap. We fetch it as a tap. When they enter, what did they do? From 85, 89 naira, they shifted it to 145. Nobody talk. APC, he came to fight corruption. APC, Messiah to Nigeria. Buhari, a man of integrity. A man of integrity. Well, I don't see any integrity in him. When he was a minister of Petroleum, 2.5 billion naira lost from his office today, no accountability. When dollar was 75 kobo to 75 to $1, no accountability. He was a head of state for 20 months, no accountability. Abacha make him chairman of a Petroleum Trust Fund, give him free hand, no accountability, nothing. Come and show me the project Buhari execute with the Petroleum Trust Fund. I did not see. Man of integrity. Now we have come, and now every Nigeria fold hand looking like this. Now he have come, making 300. Now so they fold hand looking at that. So the fate of common man will continue to suffer. The fate of common man, it go better. The fate of common man will continue to be slave. This is what they are planning, to keep us in hunger, so that whatever they do, we will agree. Because when you chop and be okay, you can be able to demonstrate. When you chop and be okay, you can be able to challenge them. Now, when election come, they will change 500 naira, which is 5 naira, equivalent to 5 naira. 500 naira now is equivalent to old 5 naira. They will give it to you. You will queue up again, vote for them. That's what they want. The faith of common man. We have no faith.
Final thought, Mr. Kokudem.
Final thought is this. For this reason, for this marginalization, for this corruption, for this denying people their God blessing, you take it away to another place. Biafra must go. That's the only, there's no solution to solve this problem that the Fulani government have started. There's no way to solve it. Look at it. Then we borrow money. Okay, look at it now. 2022 budget, they are planning to borrow money. Where is the money we are making from oil? Where is the money we are making from gas? Where is the money we are from natural liquefied gas? Where is the money we are making from there? Where is the money we are making from internal revenues? Where are the money? Then we shift it to Niger, to Chad. to this thing. Where is those money? Now, one of the papers say why they should stop subsidying of petrol. Every substitution they do, they smuggle it to Niger. Every subsidy they do, they smuggle it to Niger. Who are they smuggling? Is it not the same Fulani? Is it not the same houses? Did they smuggle it from Badagry border, or did they smuggle it from Akwa Ibom Cross River border to Cameroon? Still, they pass it to their place and still smuggle it again. You still embezzle the money, and who be supporting them? Their government is good. One Nigeria, and we Southerners are suffering. The best thing is let everybody divide. Let everybody go his own way. Biafra to Biafra, Ariwa to Ariwa, Oduduwa to Oduduwa. I thank my brothers in Biafra land who uphold the sit at home yesterday. Upon all the whole confusion, upon all the whole propaganda they did, that sit at home uphold yesterday. I thank God to show the determination of Biafrans to leave Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank God. I am Okokondem, Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem. In this second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazin Namdekalo and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazin Namdekalo. Long live Mazin Namdekalo. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Father Yahweh, restore Biafra by your own mighty hand. In Jesus' name, amen.
In Jesus' name, amen. Let me talk. The opposition have been talking now. Let me talk. Opposition have been talking.
Okay.
Yeah, let us talk. We, the progressives.
What is progressive about the bill?
Yes.
No, get to the mic. Stay.
Yes, you see.
Stay like this.
Let us start from the rubrics. The 30% and the 3% that is causing high and way. Now, 100%. They said prospectors, people who commit their money to do business, will take 30%. The people in the area where this thing are being milked from, where depletion prevails, because when you are milking a wasting mineral, it does not have depreciation. We have what we call depletion in accountancy. Depletion. It depletes. Depletion. It depletes because it's winding down. Now, that makes what? 30 plus 3, 33%. 67%. The Nigeria populace, the Nigeria states will share that one. Where's the headache? Where's the headache? That is for one. Now, this bill that people are looking, the upper house and the lower house, the green chamber and the red chamber, the hollow chamber, which sometimes we have here, because we debate here. They sat together. They are stakeholders. Why didn't the people who are not supporting this service, why didn't they raise a red flag?
PDP senators walked out on.
Oh, they walked out. They walked out on the bill. But why is the executive now aspiring to put it into the law, put it in green or red viral? Why didn't they contest it? A matter is on the ground. You did not accept. Silence sometimes means consent. Silence sometimes means consent. Silence sometimes means consent. So why are they?
Are you blaming?
I'm not blaming anybody.
Okay.
The people I am pushing the buck to now is the lawmakers from the not from the south, sir. From the opposition, in the person of Abaribe, their leader, minority leader. Why didn't they do something about this thing? Why is it now? Have you taken time to look at their stakeholders? They are our mouth there. There's nothing I will say that anybody will accept because I'm pro. So I am one-sided. When the man is one-sided, there's no need to talk again. But how we talk in an arbitrary way, I will stand in an arbitrary position and tell you, you were there when these things were on. Why didn't they do anything about it? I rest my case on that.
Thank you very much.
There are other things. Let's
look at the Taliban taking over Afghanistan. You can see that there's rush.
Yes. For 20 years, the American government were there in Afghanistan curbing the Taliban excesses.
As a result of the 9/11 attacks.
Yeah, yes, 9/11, the Twin Tower, the Trade Center, WTO, World Trade Organization, that September 9, we will not forget that. Now, the Americans decide to stay and look over how to rehabilitate and put them back on their feet. And put them, I didn't know of this trouble until yesterday when I was in SLM, my brother office. When they said, bros, Taliban, I thought, what happened to Taliban? I didn't see anything to tell you. He said, there's some problem. Now, you that have problem, I am coming to help you to rehabilitate, to put you back on your feet. To put you back on your feet so that you have something to move on forward. You decide to run away. I learned that the president ran away because he was scared for his life. And if you that have problem decide to run away, me that am supporting you to try to put your feet down, what will I do?
The person supporting the person that has problem run away.
Yes.
What do you expect the person that has problem?
No, the person.
American forces pulled out of Afghanistan.
Yeah, yes.
Not just.
Yes, America have been.
The people that are helping them.
Yes, America. Yes, America have been magnanimous enough to put Afghanistan back into place. They have had their fight. They have their internal problem. America tried to quell the thing as a mediator, stay there and put military might so that those guys will be scared not to go haywire. But lately, they looked. America have a new government and they decide not to stay again. That we got to go. We have a right to go. There's none that is forced on anybody. They decide to say, okay, they are planning to leave. This guy got scared. The next thing, he ran away.
The question I want to ask you
yes,
is why I brought it up, what should Nigeria learn from this?
Yes. Nigeria should learn that your problem that is inside you, work out modality on how to work a way forward. Work out necessary model on how to solve it without dropping the blood. We don't need bloodshed. The Afghanistan now, some people died from trying to enter Europe. How can you move and say one or board a plane? They died. Nigerians will not be foolish and do that. The Nigerian people will like our life. Oh. We love our life. Forget about the Northerners that they sometimes have trouble, one or the other, they behave like their Arab brothers, they die. I will tell you, Nigerians should learn and look at these things that is happening. We shouldn't have a recording decimal in this country. We don't need it. Let us put our house in order. Let the various stakeholders have a cause. Have a cause and look at mediating. The best thing is to come into dialogue. We don't need, me and you, we don't need all this. I'm not going to stay up to 200 years. The highest God will dash me more, maybe 60 years. I'm close to 60. Maybe God will dash me. So, we have to learn from what's happening globally. The whole world today, Afghanistan. Everybody has forgot his problem concerning Afghanistan because we are sympathizing with them. Nobody wants his country to be in disarray, full of rancor and mayhem and the likes. And what are we? So Nigeria should pray. Certain people don't push us to face what Afghanistan is facing today.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, it's a pleasure having me on your program.
Much,
And I wish good people of this country go back to the drawing board, get your stakeholders, and work out solution to our problem. We need it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Raf, good morning. Okay. It's a long time. Yes. Honorable Samuel Effiong.
Yeah, Mr. Christian, good morning.
Yeah. They've been asking, where has he been?
Yeah, the country don't allow people to stay in one place.
You can see Afghanistan, people are trying to get out of the country. What they should have done a long time, they are doing it by force.
Well, good morning, viewers at home. Good morning, everybody. You see, that is a pointer to those who feels that governmental institutions have the monopoly of the use of violence. If you go down history lane, most sin or topple of government and violence cut across the world as a result of direct or indirect governmental failures, and the people decide to take arms and violence as a means of settling a particular or pushing a particular aim and objective. So it's a pointer that Boko Haram now have gotten a booster. I was on a WhatsApp group where a friend of mine studied international relations, so we're analyzing the repercussion effects of other terrorist organizations cut across the world. The US pulled out, and in less than 48 hours, they took over the president. The president ran and left the country. So that's why I was telling some people that we know what will happen to Abba Kyari. I said it here. Because it only takes the US just to grind the Tucano jet, even if it lands here. It's a technology. Grind some. The ammunition they can grind from US is to stop working in Nigeria. They have what it takes. And Boko Haram will expand to Abuja. They've been striking in Abuja. So to drive the presidency is the easiest thing. Boko Haram has struck in Abuja before. So it is a booster for the terrorist organization. And it's also a sign to show those who feel nobody can fight. People displace government cuts across the world when the government is not reasonable enough to hold the ground, to have a popular support of the people. It is people that will give you information, your security architecture information of the perpetrators. It is people that will give you the information of either IPOP movement or that of Boko Haram or maybe the South. It is the people. When the people are becoming so sympathetic to this agitation, you can only use the military to a limit. The military are not spiritual beings. They are humans that rely on the intelligence gathering of the people. And the military is minority compared to the population of the people. And immediately people start showing sympathy. That's why it's easy to recruit. So at the end of the day, you notice that the governor in one of the north-central region, northwest, was saying that the numbers of military, the numbers of bandits in Israel is more than the numbers of military in the full state. So it has shown that people are sympathetic, people are buying into the idea of other means of agitation against the government. So if the government is sensitive, in the case of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, who only will die temporarily because it will spring up. It is a psychological warfare in a bigger dimension. We've said this before now. There are some predictions we've said in 2015. And for those who have been following us, in 2015, I was in final year of Obafemi Awolowo University. We said the exact thing. In that WhatsApp group now, most of them, we told them, run away. So we will predict. We are not saying things that are bad, but we will predict based on political trend and analysis as it will happen. You don't need to be a pastor to know that this country, before 2027, $100 will be going for $1. It's now about 500. It will be going for 1,000. Already it's 5 something now. So before 2022, 2023, it will be heading towards 6, 7. So by 2024, 2025, just know that you are heading towards a different number. So you don't need to go to church and pray. What we do is the spiritual temple of political reading and comparison of what is happening, because Nigeria does not exist as the only country of the world. And that is why we don't see any good thing coming out from any sector. It is factual. But when we go to church, so that on individual basis of analysis, God will make my life better. I pray for the betterment of the individual. But holistically checking sector, ASU, university, doctor, railway, train, security, name them, nothing will come out good. You can pray in mosque and church. But the reality, I won't pray. When I go to church, I know what to pray about, because you pray and you don't work, you will fail. So that is Africa. Nigeria pray more, biggest, largest congregation, this, that, open this church, open the other branch, far, big beard, go out there, then move with convoy. It's okay. Continue the religious activity. It's okay. But the realistic action that will bring out effect of a better nation, that you have good road, good network, it will not happen in this world. And as long as those actions, BB Nigeria is our mode of concentration on how they sleep and have sex, then we'll play better Nigeria as a youth. It's okay. No, it's okay. All the trend analysis, everything you want to count that makes youth to think, to develop. The political class has impoverished the youth mentally, socially, educationally, psychologically, physically, spiritually. So in every facet of life. So the action of what they put their mind, bet Naija, Agbero. It's better to be an Agbero to make more than to be a university graduate in Nigeria. You know how much they deliver on daily basis. So it's better to struggle to go for bed Naija than to read to become a first class or second class citizen. It's better to devote your time to Yahoo and play Kalo 1960 and smoke Igbo, because you might all become a militant or a lead kidnapper, because the government will call you to dialogue and snap pictures with you, than for you to read like this is the political solutions I have found, and I feel that this is what our government or the people in power should do so that we can address maybe insecurity. Nobody will request for the books that some of us have read or those in university. Nobody will implement them. So it's best. So it shows you where the political leadership, the economic leaders, the religious leaders are put their minds and focus to achieve. It shows. So you don't need to ask what will the future be like. The future is here. We've already seen what the future will look like. You don't need to go to church to have common sense to think, because the Bible says in order wisdom, people can have wisdom but they don't have understanding. So we have wise people that don't have understanding of how to apply the wisdom. So in analyzing that as a people, so what do we expect from the educational system we are practicing in the next 10 years? Rubbish. Medical, rubbish. Healthcare, rubbish. Police, oh, that one is even worse. Security, let's not go there. So the country is failed, and all the statistics of a failed nation is here. Spiritually, on individual basis of analysis, isolated people by connection or friends or association, they can make it. So we analyze it differently. You don't model up everything. So those are the, so when you see this kind of headlines, Taliban, Boko Haram they have international sponsor. They have moral booster now. So it's telling the government or those who don't want to think.
It's difficult if this will form a government.
They will be supporting terrorist organizations across Africa and so many other parts of the world. It's obvious. They are in government, not that they are forming. They pay somebody, they sit down for the federal capital territory, they host flag, they sit down for change. Say if they formed. They formed. They are formed, they are a government. And that is why Boko Haram is hosting flag in some part. Forget what the news report. I was watching TVC. GDO told you. Say forget what the news is reporting on the fight against Boko Haram. There are some places that they don't burn the governor to get to if it's money. He went there, he tried it, now they died, now his security escort died now. It's on YouTube now. They were firing them with bomb and rocket launcher. He ran to the Amoka. He was not telling the army commander, but you said this place is free, that they are only a scattered few. Now lie. And that's why we are telling them that when you push the net, maybe they've signed the industrial petroleum bill. Yes, let's enjoy the madness.
Isolation.
Yeah.
Well, isolation.
Let's sign it. Let's enjoy the madness, because those people from that side will speak to the government in the language they understand. That is the only thing the African. See, I don't believe that Nigeria was structured to be developed. It will perpetually and consistently remain as an undeveloped nation. It is not course. Even the developed nations are not stagnant in their level of development. So the minor thing we are even supposed to make even go up small. That even if we do the right thing, we not feel develop. That we are doing the right thing as a Nigeria not feel develop. Because South Africa, that we were better off, are now ahead of us. Technologically, security, everywhere. Go and check. Go and check. Even Ghana now. Ghana just made a documentation with Dubai. If they are done with that documentation, Dubai city and Ghanaian citizen go carry Dubai passport, travel to Ghana free, visa free.
They have done it.
And Nigerians now who can't take direct flights from international airport to Ghana. You have to go to Cotonou. Also, every country that we were in the same place or we were even sponsoring are ahead of Nigeria. So you don't need a spiritual. See, you can play politics and type rubbish on WhatsApp group and defend because you are enjoying from the season, or maybe there's a loophole you've enjoyed, you don't pay tax, you've gotten one company and you are enjoying and making millions. It's okay, but the realistic tendencies of a failed nation, a country that is perpetually meant to be destroyed, is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. You don't need spirituality to know some things. That is why some of us, when we go to church, we sit down, we take the message, apply it on an individual basis of analysis. That does not mean everything the man of God is. See, nobody holds monopoly of talking to God. See, Christian, you have a communication with God. Before you were born, there was a relationship between you and God. You might not be remembering everything now. So nobody have the monopoly to now brainwash, because the system have made us so believe in so many unnecessary parochial, traditional, religious sentiment. And the same thing is applied to political sentiment. The same thing is applied to name it. There are schools whereby there are churches whereby if you are from an ethnic group, you can't get promotion to a particular place in the same church, in the same country. So the same thing politically, if you don't belong to some caucus. This Abba Kyari, they've complained about his case in N300. They swept it under the carpet. So Nigeria have the tendencies of a country that must be destroyed. And until that perfect barrier, some countries, it is after they've been destroyed by war or by almost bomb blast, that is when they got themselves. So when you check what has happened, it is a replica that there is a booster to other splinter terrorist organizations which these guys have connected with, cut across Africa. So it is simple.
What's the fate of ordinary Nigerian? These 300
ordinary Nigeria, 300 per litre. Yeah. It is the normal fate of suffering. Were you expecting to enjoy? But do you think 2027 will be better than 2023?
Maybe there will be protests.
Protests? No, there is no protest again now. The Abuja Crusade, the Ojota Crusaders, who were fast to protest now, they are all dead and gone. So that's why we are happy for them. Which protest? They will kill you. I love Buhari for one thing. I have to be sincere. He understands the language. The Nigerian people who were opening mouth to shout in 2012, you understand to speak to them in the language they understand better. So why they should come outside now? All our pastors and men of God, where are they now? They are dead and gone. So it shows you the hypocritical systems of the double standard and politics of ethnicity that these people play at the point in time. The people who are aligned to this same set of people, where are they now? So it shows you the kind of leadership structure we've had from more than 80% of the leadership decision from 1960 to 2021 is based on ethnicity, hypocrisy, double standard, religionism, religious bigotry, and greed. That is why the black man, the Nigerian society has never done any decision based on logic and international standard. So that country will be destroyed, either you like it or not. You can pray and analyze. So that's why for those who does not have plan B, they should try and get one. Because even as I'm standing now, I'm working on a plan B. You can't stay in. No, the final thought is like corn. You need to kill the corn. It will die before it will resurrect. If killing this entity is the only option that will make it to resurrect, it is a welcome idea. Restructuring, those who feel restructuring will affect them the more. Does not want restructuring to take place. But the truth remains, the south and the north, with or without restructuring, can never be developed on the same basis. With or without restructuring, the south and God did not make us equal, and we need to accept that fact. So some parts must be ahead than some. So either they like it or not. And if we continue like this, I won't be surprised when they will wake up that the presidential seat will be taken over, either by IPOP, Boko Haram, or the Yoruba agitation, or S-men. Note that one day change is constant. Government have the power now. They might not have it forever.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ifeong. I have the great man, Mr. Raphael.
Yes. You viewers that have been asking of Mr. Samuel Ifeong, he's the one that just finished speaking. I think he has given you that pill you needed. Because you'll be asking over the weeks. Okay, let me just over the days now. Where is Samuel? We need his intelligence. You can see the young man is very, very intelligent. Actually, anyway, let me tell you, Samuel read political science. So let me tell you, Petroleum Industrial Bill has been signed. The sky, the cloud of the northern hemisphere is sighing. Then, in the southern Nigeria, southeastern cloud is crying, as you can see if you look here. The cloud is so dark because nobody is happy. Edwin Clark himself is not even happy. What do you call him? Mofedami Joe Richard, the one that has just partook in the Niger Delta State government during Oduaga regime. I think the gentleman might be happy now because as he partook in that government, he did not show any sign that a Nigerian youth, somebody who knows what's up, somebody who has tested the streets of Lagos, Warri, and the southern Nigeria, and know how life is paining young men on the streets, did not show any care. Become that he did that work for Oduaga and other things. Nobody held Richard because Richard did not do well. I'm coming out to say that I criticize all of them, the Nollywood stars. Elliot, what is that his name? Elliot, there's another name. Desmond Elliot is partaking in this evil regime. Member of APC lawmakers in the Lagos
State House of Assembly. What is he doing? What is he telling the youths? We have been agitating and saying all manner of things against the so-called old breed politicians in Nigeria. But we have come to test the salt. Some of us. How did we say, oh, let us do this thing good, let's do it this way, so that Nigerian youths, so that our women, our wives, our children will be happy? What are we showing as example as youths? Now, PIB, 3% to the host communities, the oil communities from where this oil is coming, those communities, their children, their wife, their farmers, everybody, 3%. Anyway, let me just cling on what Samuel said, that Nigeria is not structured for development. I'm telling you, no. See, what is dragging us backward all the time? See, look at me. That's Nigeria. Front, back is what? Because of some people who has, sold their souls to Islamic ideology. Islamic ideology doesn't need development. It doesn't want you to go far. Let me tell you, being so religious is too bad. God himself is not religious. Jesus Christ is not religious. Jesus Christ come to us because of over religiousness and the law. Religion comes with stringent law, cruel law, bad, dangerous law. You want to go there, please God. You want to make God say this, make God. Can you please God? Who are you? How do you please God? Can you fight for God? Who are you to fight for God who created you? You want to bend the system of man, every system, principle of man. You want to bend it to your maker. While your maker has created you on the earth and says, spread, develop, enjoy the fruits of your labor, eat from the fish, eat animal, be free. But some people want to please God though. Some people want to fight God for him. They want to fight him, say, Baba, we love you. You are fighting him and you are fighting him at the same time. When you are showing that love on teeth, someone is crying. At the expense of love you are showing or displaying to God. Someone is crying at the back. And I want to tell you that God is love. What God wants in this life is love. Forget about what we are doing here. If you don't have love for fellow man, you are gone. See, religious ideology is what is dragging Nigeria back. You are a Christian. You are a Muslim. Why? Now Muslim rule this time. Okay, Christian must rule. Oh God, that is not what God wants. Before Nigeria will develop, let me tell you, we will kill this religious thing in our mind and begin to love ourselves and move forward. If the coming or emancipation or emanation of Odua Republic or Biafra Republic tarries. I'm telling you, PIB is very fast in signing it. Why not signing restructuring Nigeria? Why not Buhari coming out signing, oh, restructure? Let what North get, B for North. Let what South get, B for South. So that everybody will move ahead. Okay, let me tell you, since 80s, Nigerians have been struggling to get visa, ordinary visa to America, visa to Europe. Struggling. Do you know that Ghana was struggling then to get visa to Nigeria? Okay, Ghanaians where they sew you, where they make they are experts on repairing of plastic materials. The word materials, they sew it in Nigeria. They are cobblers in Nigeria. They sold puff buns in Nigeria here in the 80s, in the 90s, early 2000s. They drink kai because of the situation of their country. Ghanaian man, they suffer. Go to every Brutus, every hotels. Local Brutus. Hotels in Nigeria, all over Nigeria. Ghana women were there, commercial sex workers in those days. But let me tell you now, Ghana, as I'm talking to you now, Ghana is the little Europe in West Africa. Is a little Europe in West Africa. Little Europe in West Africa. Because of what? They have not sold their souls to religion. If you know carry mark here, it means you don't knock head 300 times on the floor. If you know carry mark here, no Hausa Fulani man will ever recognize it because you don't talk alak oba. He's dragging us backward though. This is just the beginning. Restructuring. We enter here, it will get out from this place. Enter one of the ear, the left ear or the right ear, exit through the left ear. That is Buhari for you. I'm telling you, fast on signing Petroleum Industrial Bill, giving the host communities 3%. Edwin Clark has not done anything about the Chika Clark. Has not done anything about Wike, where they reflect muzzles. Wike is so fast in killing Biafra and Sibos. Wike is so fast in rebuffing and debunking the quest for creation of Oduduwa Republic. But Wike has not seen anything wrong in PIB signing. That those farmers whose farmland and crops they cultivated on their farmlands have been incessantly polluted with what? Crude oil spilling into the farmland. He has not seen any wrong about it. Giving them 3%, can that solve their problem? Okay, that 3% we buy anyway. We buy fertilizer. Why not, after mechanizing, or as we are mechanizing agriculture in the north, why not mechanizing agriculture in the south? Mechanization of agriculture in Nigeria has taken a strong foothold in the northern Nigeria since 80s. Agricultural irrigation, that's what they use there, even fertilizer usage. In Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, before my mom could buy a bag of fertilizer in Anambra State there, everybody will see Oba, will suffer. But in the north, go there, tomatoes, lettuce, everything. They use mechanized agricultural system in the north, not in the south. So now the spillage, oil spillage in the southern Nigeria, why not mechanize agriculture over there? By usage of tractor, by the usage of farm implements, most of them, I mean technology. Invite the Israelites, they are good on agriculture, let them invade south, where there's oil spillage. If Israel will teach you how to grow tomatoes, crops there. Yes. But nothing like that. They turn their back on them. Now they are giving them 3% compensation. Ogoniland has been discredited, spoiled, polluted, everything. Discretion is spiritual. Polluted is fiscal. Because the ancestors, the owner of the land there are crying. That's why I use the word discretion. Then the local chiefs in Ogoniland, I don't think the ancestors will be speaking good of them now. Because they are busy collecting bribe. While not others that don't have anything, people from Mali, people from Sahel Africa are working in Kanu, Sokoto with what's the correct major modern agricultural, or you call them farm, or you call it farm equipment. Irrigation for them, everything for them, nothing for us. Quota system. One day, you people will go and ask God to do quota system on our brain because they don't have brain over there. If you ask Buhari would have used not lose all of our skull, reduce our brain small, so that we'll be reasoning same with them. So that we'll reason same like with them.
300 per liter. What's the
300 naira per liter? Yes. You asking me a question, which you ask Wole Soyinka. They should be fast on getting to Nubisi Kano Park. Alausa. They should be fast to be getting to Ojota Park there. They should be preparing now. Femi Falana.
Yeah.
Tunde Bakare, Baba, my pastor, Tunde Bakara. May God bless you, Bakare. Be fasting. Be fasting your belt. Make an announcement that we are going to reduce Buhari regime to 0 at Ojota Park. Because 300 naira per liter is coming. It's fast approaching. It's a policy, yes, that has come to stay. I'm telling you, as the man has signed PIB, Southern Nigeria is not going to do anything. All those Ijaw people that abuse it, drinking kai, they won't do anything. Ijaw people brain, their brain has gone down. If to say, I see a boss in the person of who? What is the name of that guy now? No, that guy that is a comedian now. The popular name. Where they ask a boss. Apororo, the real name. No, Alibaba is part of them, yes. The guy where get studio now, where they popular well. No. Nah, Sonny Okosie's boy now. Oh, what are they doing with this guy? Okay, let me tell you.
He's in government.
He's not in government, but he gets the highest comedian we have in the southern Nigeria. And that guy is making impact. Hey, what's the name of this guy? So let me tell you, let me not. AY, you are running your mouth all the time. You are wise. You are making people to laugh. What is going on in your community now? You are not trying to tell the whole world what your papa, your mama, your uncles, those farmers in your communities, what they are going through. You are busy collecting money, making money in Abuja. When you host events, you make millions. Your kinsmen are suffering. AY, you are busy talking. People are laughing. Now so on a teeth day. They carry teeth like all this newly discovered half man, half fish discovered, in recent time. They are showing it all on our teeth. They show. Go and see what is happening in Ogolin land. Go and see what is happening in Wari land. Abororo. Too much kai. Some people will take kai over dosage of kai. They'll be making people to laugh, jesting. See, Fulani is using it as what? Weapon. How many Fulani man mounted stage and make you to laugh? For where? They are monitoring you and know what you like. That thing you like so much, they will give it to you so that you forget your land. You will forget the politics, the main political mainstream, where you're supposed to come and take part and better your people in the southern Nigeria. They throw certain things to you people. You will grab it. You will be fooling yourself. AY, go to a job community. Go to Rupu. Go to Opobo land. Go to Bayelsa. All these areas. Go to Abia. All these places. Those states, they are the Niger Delta. Even Ondo is among. Come and see what people are going through. You are just making people to laugh. You fly to South Africa. You and the Mofeda Mijo. Richard.
Okay.
You're acting film.
Thought,
when Nigerians are dying, people in the southern Nigeria are dying, you're acting film, making people to laugh. It doesn't matter anymore. See, by the time Fulani finishes with you people, you will be begging food in the land of the plenty. Let me tell you, there's one thing I want to say again. Petroleum price, fuel, pump price is coming up, 300 naira. Nobody is going to talk. Nobody is going to stop him. If Buhari here, from anybody's mouth, I trust him. I know what he will do. During the time of Jonathan, don't you see what happened? Because Jonathan is from southern Nigeria, where kai is regarded as mineral. They carry kai, give that gentleman. Jonathan forgot himself. Somebody that was giving sword on his hands, gun on his hands, spear on his hands, even machete, commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Everything, every strength, every immunity clause bestowed on him. He didn't know how to use it. Now Buhari, oh my God, he has come now. Even though he's dead, you know that he's dead. You know that he's a wrong Buhari. Everybody know that man is too fresh, he's too young. They are defending him. They don't want us to laugh at the Hausas. When we laugh at them in 2009-10, over Yaradua's death, Hausa fought it hard. Fulani. They clone his face. That young man that is there from Niger. Anytime we say this, some people will shrug it off. Now we don't know what you are saying. Look at him now. Now Buhari be that. Let me tell you now. IBB is 80 now. Look at IBB the way he looks. His look alone, you will know that man is over 80. The same thing with Baba Obasanjo. Look at Buhari. Can you know his age? From his sister celebrating 84, when he told Nigerians 76, to how many he is today, we don't know. To a young man, vibrant young man from Niger Republic. See, let me tell you, the reason why you can see what is happening now is because Nnamdi Kanu is down, detained. He's down in the jungle, a lion that is down in the jungle. Nnamdi Kanu is being detained at the DSS facilities. That's why some things are not working well now. Had he been alive, he's out. Let me tell you, he's alive, he's not dead anyway. Had he been Nnamdi Kanu is out. He would have been telling you people, putting it inside your brain. Look at what they are going to do. Look at their game plan. Look at their game plan. Nigerians, they don't appreciate good things they have. Somebody will be surprised. Who is giving Nnamdi Kanu all this information? Before we know it, Nnamdi Kanu has known it. Before it comes to our memory, Nnamdi Kanu has grabbed it. He will tell you exactly. Through Hausa service, Biafra, Radio Biafra. Yoruba service, Radio Biafra, Igbo service, Radio Biafra, English service, Radio Biafra. He's giving us the major, better information. Who is giving us information now? Nobody.
Okay.
300 pump price. Iwa. Una go here way.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Rafe. We have come to the end of Bystanders at Newstown this morning. A wonderful session. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Ifeanyi, behind the camera. Okay, you can follow us on Instagram, FlipTVNG on Instagram, and also on Facebook, E247. We have a GoFundMe account that you can support us on the streets. Independent journalism on Flip TV and analysts also. Bye for now until tomorrow as we meet same place, same time on the same platform as God wills.
Ojo.